Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Good morning, guys. Good morning. How are you all? Good morning, everyone. My name is Afreen Azmat and I welcome you all to today's session. So today is business cycle. Okay. Poonam Shukla, I have already forwarded your messages. Okay. I have seen your messages. I will talk to the management. Okay. Don't worry. So let's start with this chapter, business cycle. Okay. Now, first of all, what is this term means? What is business cycle? So, first of all, business cycle is also known as the economic cycle. It refers to the economy-wide fluctuation in production or economic activity over several months or year. So the fluctuation which is there in the economic activity, the fluctuation in the production, in the demand, in the sales, in the everything. So all the fluctuation in economic activity which is there for a period of months or time or year, that it is known as what? It is known as the business cycle. So business cycle is the economic wide fluctuation, and that's why it is also known as economic cycle. These fluctuation can be long term and typically involve shift over time between periods of rapid economic growth, expansion or decline. So there are expansions also, there are decline also in this business cycle. So in this chapter we are going to discuss all of this. When there will be a decline period, well, there is a boom period, when there is recession, when there is depression, there are different concepts and different situations which we are going to discuss in this business cycle chapter. First of all, very simple thing. What is business cycle? So business cycle is the economy wide fluctuation. When there is a fluctuation in the economic activity, that is for a long period of time. It can be expansion, it can be contraction, it can be anything. Then it is termed as the business cycle, and business cycle are long term cycle. Okay. Next, if we talk about the characteristics of the business cycle, now let's talk about the characteristics of the business cycle. So first of all, business cycle is synchronic in nature. Synchronic means it is actually what? Dependent. It is actually coordinating with each other. So if there is an expansion, there will be contraction. If there is a contraction, there will be expansion. If there is a recession, then there will be normal inflation also. So there is a business cycle which is always synchronic in nature. It is like the wheels. Something is up, then something is down. Then what is down will be in the upward position, and what is it up will be in the downward position. This is actually coordinating with each other. So it is the coordinating thing, and it is what it occurs simultaneously. It is a simultaneously phenomena. Okay. Next, business cycle shows like a wave movement. Obviously, it shows like a wave movement. Why? Because see, if anything goes up, okay, if there is a period of expansion, then there will be a period of downward growth, contraction also. When there is a contraction, then there will be upward growth also. When there is an upward growth, again there is a contraction also. So this is because the business cycle is synchronic, coordinating, and so the business cycle always show a wave-like movement. Wave-like movement means there is something up, then there will be something down in the business cycle. Third, cyclic fluctuation. The various phases are repetitive. The wave-like movement means the phases are repetitive in nature. For example, boom is followed by depression, and depression is again followed by boom. There is no definite depression or eternal boom period. It says that, okay, if the economy is in depression, it doesn't say that, okay, they will remain in depression for throughout the time. No. If there is a depression, it is followed by boom. If there is a boom, there is no eternal boom period, means there is nothing like, okay, economy will expand thoroughly all over the time. No. If there is a boom, there will be the depression period. Okay. So always remember, business cycle is synchronic in nature. Business cycle shows a wave-like movement, and business cycles are repetitive in nature. Means if there is one thing, then it followed by another thing, same pattern will be followed again. Okay. So this is characteristic of the business cycle. Now let us discuss about the boom phase. First of all, let us discuss about the boom phase. Boom phase means you can say expansion phase. Expansion phase means there is high demand. High demand means high productivity. High productivity means more and more investments, attraction of the investment. More and more investment means more and more employment in the economy. This is known as the boom period. Means everything is going in a positive direction. During boom period, the production capacity is actually fully utilized. This attract more and more investment. There are larger number of products that is purchased and new machine and also employees work at a very high wage. Accelerated and prolonged increase in the demand. There is an accelerated and prolonged increase in the demand. Demand peaks to the level exceed the sustainable output production level. Market forces mismatches means demand and supply disequilibrium and tends to a situation in which the inflation begins to rise. Because see, there is the thing when the demand is at peak level means demand is actually raising constantly, and now the supply is not raising according to the demand. So obviously there is a disequilibrium between demand and supply, and due to this disequilibrium, demand is greater than supply, and when demand is greater than supply, then obviously the prices of goods goes high, and the when prices of goods goes high, obviously it leads to what? It leads to inflation. So this is the boom phase. First of all, it is the phase in which the productive capacity is actually utilized in a full and efficient manner. Second, it attracts more and more investment. Third, if we talk about the entrepreneur, so it actually attracts a lot of investments, so the employment opportunity also rises. Employees work at a higher wage. Okay, now there is a demand which is at peak and the supply is not actually rising according to the demand, and that's why the situation come where there is a disequilibrium between demand and supply. Means the demand is greater than supply, and when the demand is greater than supply, then obviously the prices of good will rise, and when prices of good will rise, obviously there will be inflation in the economy. This is known as the boom period. Okay, now next, let's talk about the recession. First of all, what is recession? If we talk about the recession, always remember when anyone talks about recession, he or she is not in a good mood. For example, I'm saying that okay, the gold sector is in recession or the automobile is in recession. It means that it is something negative. Second thing, if we talk about the recession, the prices in the recession is low. First of all, the more important thing is prices in recession is low. Recession. Recession says that despite of the low pricing in the sectors of the economy, because recession doesn't exist in whole economy. Recession hits always in few sector. Means we cannot say India is in recession. We says that the sectors of India is in recession. Gold sector is in recession, not India is in recession, because recession doesn't exist in India in whole sector. It exists only in few sector of the economy. So recession says that despite of the low pricing in the few sector of the economy, low pricing in the few sector of the economy, there is no rise in the demand of that product, because general law of demand says that if price decrease, then demand will increase. But in recession says that despite of the low pricing in uh, sectors, in different sectors of the economy, the demand is still doesn't rise. Why? Because there is low liquidity in the economy. There is no money supply in the economy. People are earning less, and if they have low liquidity, obviously they will spend more in their necessities and another thing, and they will spend less in the luxury always, and that's why the luxuries and investment business oftenly goes in the recession. For example, if we talk about what, like share market is in recession. How? Because if see the says that share market is in recession, says that okay, shares prices are low. It is few sector means share prices of share is low. and the demand is still not there. Why? Because people are spending towards basic necessities, and they are not spending right now in bike of the share, because this is not the necessity, and that's why the share market is in recession. If I says that, okay, the real estates are in recession. Why? Because the prices of real estates are low, but still there is no rise in the demand. Why? Because people have less money. They are spending more towards their basic necessities and spending less in the real estate, and that's why real estate is in the recession. So there are some important points. First of all, recession hits in few sector. These few sectors are luxuries and necessities area. Few sectors have low pricing, and still there is no rise in the demand. Why? Because people have less liquidity or low liquidity. Then it is known as recession. Clear? Now, what is depression? Depression means when recession hits in each and every sector of economy. Yes, when recession hits in each and every sector of economy, means when I'm saying that, okay, gold business is in recession. Okay, good, correct. I'm saying that real estate is in recession, correct. If I say that India is in recession, wrong. Because see, if India goes in recession, means if every sector of India is in recession, then it is actually known as depression. So the correct sentence is India is not in recession, India is in depression. Depression is when recession hits in each and every sector of economy. People have such low money, such less liquidity with them, that now they began to compromise in their basic necessities also. Then it is known as the depression. And in depression, you will find that underemployment of men and material both are there. Extremely low demand, extremely low employment, inflation is comparatively low. Then it is known as depression. Clear? Now, the recovery phase, very simple. So, depression itself contains the gem of recovery. Now, the idle workers now come forward to work at low wage. So, depression, there was no employment. So, whoever is sitting at home now, they are saying that, okay, just give me some, just give me some money or some job. I will do it at any cost. Okay. So, at this price, at the lowest, the consumer who postponed their consumption shows the expector, means they are expecting that, okay, this will fall more. Now start consuming. The bank will start giving loans, and this will pick up the economy. And when this will pick up the economy, then this is the phase of the recovery. Means depression, in depression, when everything is slow, now the idle workers which are sitting in home says that, now give me some job, I will do it. Now whoever is sitting at home expecting that, okay, there will be further decrease in the price, now they start consuming that, okay, this is the lowest. Now bank who have the accumulated cash, they want to just give loan to the economy at a lower interest rate. Why? Because they have to utilize their cash reserve. Now this will all leads to pick up the economy, and this phase is called as the recovery phase. This phase is called as the recovery phase. Clear? So this is the it. So simple thing, what is business cycle? What is the characteristics of the business cycle? And we have discussed the boom period, we have discussed recession, we have discussed depression, we have discussed recovery. Okay, now let's start with the practice question. First, business cycle is also known as, now just please answer the question everyone. Business cycle is also known as what? Business cycle is also known as, obviously, business cycle is also known as economic cycle. Business cycle is also called as economic cycle. Next, pick the odd one out. Boom, slowdown, depression, recovery. Oh, pick the odd one out. Pick the odd one out. Very easy, everyone. Pick the odd one out. Obviously, there is a slowdown, which is not defining any condition of the economy. Boom is a condition, depression is a condition, recovery, but not slowdown. Underemployment of both men and material is a characteristic of which phase? Depression, recovery, boom, या recession? I've already told you. Underemployment is in which phase? Underemployment. So obviously underemployment is a depression phase. Okay. So this is the complete chapter. I have given you a short overview of this chapter. I hope that you have all enjoyed this chapter. If you have enjoyed this chapter, just please like and share the video to the maximum you can. And if you haven't subscribed this channel, guys, please subscribe the channel and press the bell notification icon. Thank you so much, guys. Take care, everyone. Guys, bye, everyone. Take care.